Hi, Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. So today, what I want to do is I'm going to share with you the second unit of our module that is reading skill, which includes skimming, scanning, and contextual clues. So what I am going to cover today is basically unit 2 of your reading skill. That is 2.1.1 skimming and scanning, and also 2.1.2 and 2.1.3 that is understanding contextual clues. Okay, let us have a look at some slides before we move on to the exercises in the modules. Okay. All right, so this is Unit 2, Reading Skills. So the SO or specific objective of this unit is actually to demonstrate understanding of current issues, topics of interest, and also 2.1.1 that is to skim and scan text, right? So the learning outcomes will be at the end of this lesson, students should be able or will be able to skim a text of current issues or topics of interest and to scan a text to locate specific information. So the first thing that you need to do when you apply reading skill is actually to understand what is skimming and also what is scanning, right? So let us have a look at skimming and scanning. But however, we will start with skimming first because skimming will be the first step in applying reading skills. Right. What is skimming? Skimming is actually a method of rapidly moving your eyes over text. You know, you are reading, you are basically reading, but you move your eyes very quickly just for you to get the main ideas and also the general overview of the content of the reading material that is in hand. All right. So when is skimming useful? Skimming is useful in pre-reading because it will give you accurate picture of text to be read later, and it is also useful in reviewing because um, like whenever you have read or you have read an article, uh, speed reading will help you to remember most of the information that you have gathered from the text earlier. All right. And it is useful for quick reading, of course, because it is useful when you don't need detailed attention to the text. All right. So skimming is actually speed reading. Okay. You read very quickly. Okay, there are 7 steps that you can apply in skimming a text. That is number one, you can read the title. By reading title, we will get some idea of what is basically the content of the piece of material which is in hand. And then if we are reading text, normally there will be like paragraphs, in text. So what can you do is you read the introduction of the text that is in hand. Pendahuluan tu, you baca dulu. Why? Because introduction will give you the overall information or the background information or the overview of what to expect from the whole text. All right. And then what you can do is you read the first paragraph completely. Completely here means baca habis the whole paragraph. Read the whole paragraph, everything in the first paragraph lah. And then if there is any subtitles or subtitle, sorry, if there is any subtopic or subheading, read that too because that will give clue. All right. And then read the first sentence of each remaining paragraph. First sentence of each remaining paragraph. Let's say there are five paragraphs in the text. Paragraph number 1 will normally be the introduction. Paragraph number 5 will usually be the conclusion. So whatever is remaining to, you read the first sentence, right? And then look for clue words, proper nouns, unusual words, words you are unfamiliar with, enumeration, qualifying adjectives, or typographical clues. Those are things that you should look for. And then, of course, again, you read the final paragraph completely. that those are the 7 steps in applying skimming, the art of skimming a text, right? Then, right, if you look at your module in page 33, there is an example of skimming. Let me show you page 33 of your module. Okay, here. Okay, skim and scan text. Okay, skim and scan text, skimming. Skimming is when you read a text quickly to get a general idea. This is page 33 of your module. You pick up some of the main ideas without paying attention to detail. Baca cepat, baca laju. Why? Just to get the main idea, just to get the general idea. Okay, how? How do you skim? Do not read every word in the text. Jangan baca every word. Except for bila kita buat the 7 steps tu, except for the first the introduction and also the conclusion to the last paragraph tu, that one you have to read completely, but the rest tu don't read every word. All right, read the title if any, the introduction, any headings and subheadings, and also the conclusion, and then read the topic sentence. What is topic sentence? Topic sentence is usually the first sentence for each paragraph, usually, not every time, usually. All right, and then read the concluding sentence, that is the last sentence of each paragraph, right? For example, here is a paragraph about fracking. All right, fracking. Okay, if you look at the paragraph, I have provided you with footnote, and there is like word with number on top of it. So, and the footnote or the extra information about that particular word is provided at the end of the page. That is what we call footnote. A footnote, sorry. So plastics are one of the main products of fracking. Itu title dia. So when you are reading the title, you know already what is the writer going to discuss in the paragraph is basically about fracking and the product. Okay, and what is the product? One of the main product of fracking is plastic. Okay, you may find this like very technical, and like you have to read several times just to get hold of what is the meaning of the everything that is written in the paragraph. It's okay, slowly. All right, look at the subheading. The subheading here is plastics are one of the main products of fracking. So when you read the subheading, it shows that is the main point of the paragraph. The main point that is highlighted in the paragraph is about fracking, and plastics are one of the main product. All right, and then when we move about the paragraph, we can see that the writer then talk about the negative effects of fracking. Dekat mana ada negative effects of fracking? In the first line of the paragraph. We already know that fracking is bad for the planet. Bad, very straightforward. Why? Why is it bad? Because it pollutes water, soil, and air with toxin. That is one point. And then it also creates underground cavities that collapse into sinkholes. Okay, and also it raises the pressure in underground rock formation, destabilizing them and leading to earthquakes. Nampak ada three main negative effects of fracking, right? And then if you move down down the paragraph too, it the writer stops or ends the paragraph dengan highlighting the main product of fracking, which is plastic. Okay, let us look at the last sentence. So basically, fossil fuels removed from shale. What is shale? Look at the footnote. A fine grained sedimentary rock that is formed when silt and clay are compressed. So shale ni is something that is formed when two components of materials are compressed. And what is the form of shale? Dia batu yang ada fine grain. Alright. And then um, it turned into resin pellets that are used to manufacture ever more plastics. So plastics that are easily discarded and plastics that usually are designed to be single use. So uh, it shows that the last paragraph ni is highlighting on plastics. Okay, plastic that is one of the product of fracking. Apa tu fracking? Look at the footnote. When you inject high pressure fluid into underground rock formation. So uh, it allows like whatever gas or oil can flow through, and it can like come up to the surface. That is shackling. Alright. Itu ialah that is an example of um what was that just now? uh, Skimming. All right, that is skimming. Skimming means when people ask you what is skimming, skimming is quick reading, rapid reading. Why do we skim? We want to get main idea. We want to get general idea. Do we have to read everything when we do skimming? No, we don't have to read everything, but we have to read. But there are certain parts that need full attention too. For example, if you can still remember the 7 steps of skimming, the art of skimming just now that I share with you. First, you have to read the title, and then you have to read the introduction, and then look at the subheading, if available, and then read all the first sentence in every remaining paragraph, and read the last paragraph completely. Those are the 7 steps. Okay, all right. What is scanning? What is scanning? Scanning is a method of covering a great deal of material in order to locate specific fact or piece of information. Okay, just now skimming, we are talking about main idea, overall idea. But here scanning, we are talking about focusing on locating specific piece of information, right? Scanning is very useful for finding a specific name, date, statistic, or fact without reading. You don't have to read the entire article, but you will manage to find the information because we are focusing on that one particular information that we are looking for. All right. Okay, here is a step. Here are steps in scanning an article, right? Keep in mind the word or idea of what you are searching for while looking for it. Okay, the simplest example would be when you go to train station or bus station and you are trying to find the departure time for certain train. For example, like you are looking for what is the departure time of train from Tanjung Malim to Ipoh. So what is in your mind? um, the information that is stored in your mind is I want to look for ticket to Ipoh, right? As you reach the station, you will straight away go to the schedule, the timetable, and you're not going to read other names of the other names of places. You are straight away reading, locating the word Ipoh. And then since, for example, if you went to the, if you are at the station maybe at noon and you're looking for tickets in the evening, you may not want to look at the early schedule of the, like the top schedule, the top table. You may want to look at the lower part of the table because probably the lower one will tell you time in the evening and also at night. Nampak tak? Alright, okay. So have that kind of information stored already. You must have that kind of information stored in your mind before you reach or before you start reading. All right. Anticipate in what form the information is likely to appear. For example, either it's in number, in proper nouns, in maybe statistic and etc. And then analyze the organization of the content before starting to scan. Okay. Here we are talking about whether it is brief, text or lengthy text which is very familiar to you, or text which is difficult and unfamiliar to you, right? And then again, sama je, dia macam scanning juga, dia macam skimming juga, sorry. Your eyes run very rapidly over several lines, but at this point of method, kalau tadi skimming, you read very quickly because you want to understand what is in the text. But here, you run your eyes very quickly because you have some information that you need to specifically find out, right? Once the information needed has been found, then only you read the entire sentence. All right, next. Okay, let's have a look at your module again. All right, let's look at scanning. When you are scanning a text, you are looking for specific information such as figures, dates, and names. Again, skimming, we want to look for the main idea. Scanning, you want to look for specific information. All right. How to scan? Skim to know how the text is organized. You must skim because you want to know what is the text about. How is the writer, like organizing the text? What is he telling you or what is she telling you? Then you must know what information you are looking for. Okay, decide on a few keywords. Scanning will be very good bila you buat reading comprehension. Now, when you are when you are doing reading comprehension, scanning will be like very useful for you. Very familiar, kan? When you read the question, then you know, oh, these are the information that I need to look for. All right, and then let your eyes move quickly through the text until you find what you are looking for. And then when your eye catches one of your keywords, read the surrounding material very carefully. Dia bukan yang macam bila you dah nampak information tu, you just like ignore the rest of the text. No. When you have like found whatever that you need to look for, have a look at what is surrounding the keywords that you have located. Right. For example, you want to order a dessert in a restaurant. So you scan the menu for the dessert section. You will not go to the main course. You will not go to the appetizer. You will straight away go to the dessert section. And then um, you can scan you can also scan a text to answer question, reading comprehension again. The question themselves provide the keywords that you need. Okay, how to scan for answer. Read the question and choose your keywords. Look for the answers to only one question at a time. Jangan get mixed up. Okay, when you find the keywords, read the surrounding material very carefully and then reread the question to check if you have found the answer to the question. Okay, for example, one of the reasons this place become even more popular in the future is because of it. More popular is the keyword. Okay, one, close to a few major highway. B, has many single-story houses. C, is close to a new commercial hub. Okay, keyword dia more popular. So that is the text. This place is also fast becoming popular with some of the people who work in the nearby industrial area. By living here, they no longer have to deal with long hours to commute. Admittedly, the accessibility to some major highways also make it easy to travel to the nearest town. The only drawback is that for a place like this, a vehicle will be a basic necessity as public transportation may be infrequent unless you are able to afford outrageous taxi fares. So in the question, the keyword is popular. The word popular also appears in the passage shown. Therefore, the answer to the question is in the paragraph. If you look at this paragraph, you may want to ignore this part. Sebab, sorry, you may want to ignore this part because dekat sini, yang ni, this part is talking about the drawback, the negative part. Here, our question is about popularity, meaning that positive lah. So you akan tengok only this part, right? Only this part. Nampak tak? So, we nampak kat sini kat jawapan dia ada industrial area, ada boleh senang nak travel, okay? And then tak payah commute lama-lama. So the answer will be close to new commercial hub. Nampak? Alright, okay. Okay, let us have a look at this. I would want you to try this. See whether we can open. Okay. This is an example of skimming and scanning again to let you like understand better about what is skimming and scanning. Right. Let's have a look at the video. Hold on, let me unshare dulu. I nak share the sound sekali. Okay. Sharing. All right. Let's have a look at this one. For example, what is skimming? Skimming is reading a text that can help you read more quickly, decide if the text is interesting and whether you should read it in more detail. How is skimming different to scanning? Because you skim a text to obtain the gist or the overall sense of a piece of writing, right? You scan a text to obtain specific information. So kalau orang tanya you, apa beza skimming and scanning? Skimming baca cepat sebab nak dapat main idea. Scanning, you baca laju because you want to locate for specific information, right? Let's have a look at one example of exercise. Right, scanning a recipe. Okay, this is a recipe of shortbread biscuit. Okay, ingredient dia 125 gram or 4 ounce of butter, 55 gram or 2 ounce of caster sugar, 180 grams or 6 ounce of plain flour. So the method, heat the oven to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit or gas 5. Beat the butter and the sugar together until smooth. Stir in the flour to get a smooth paste. Turn on to a work surface and gently roll out until the paste is 1 centimeter or half inch thick. Cut into rounds or fingers and place onto a baking tray. Sprinkle with icing sugar and chill in the fridge for 20 minutes. Bake in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until pale golden brown. Okay, set aside to cool on a wire rack. So when you are reading the recipe, it can be useful to scan it first. First, how to scan? Look at the ingredients that you need. And then look at how long it will cook, it will take to cook. And when know when to switch the oven on. Alright? Ini ialah when you are scanning a recipe. Okay, let us have a look at how to skim. This is skimming and scanning the news, right? You can skim to find out what it is all about. Headings and pictures can help you do. Okay, do this. For example, cat up a tree, chim in a chimney. Look at the picture. What is in the picture? Cat on a tree. So you know already. This article is talking about something here. Or you can also scan to look for important information. Okay, if you read here, scan important information, 620 animals and then unusual rescues. Alright, nampak? Okay, that is skimming and scanning. What I want you to do later on is go to this page and scan. Go to this website and try all the exercises and read more about scanning and skimming and scanning. All right. Okay. Next, talking about understanding contextual clues. Right. Contextual clues. Let us go back to the. Okay. let us go back to the let me like get some notes on right. Let's have a look at what is contextual clues. Okay. Unit 2, that is 212, 213, to contextual clues, right? Demonstrate understanding of current issue, topics of interest, identify appropriate meaning of words as used in the context. All right, next. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify the types of contextual clues and locate specific clues in a text, guess the meaning of difficult words in context. All right, next. What is contextual clues? Contextual clues are hints an author gives you to help you figure out the meaning of unknown words. For example, like you find words that you are very unfamiliar with. By looking at the contextual clues or the hints or the cues given by author, you will be able to guess what is the meaning of the words. Right. Next. There are several types of contextual clues. That is number one, definition clue. All right. Are there definition clues and a definition? So here, phrases that introduce a definition um, are as such, okay, is defined as, is called, is. Ini ialah clue-clue untuk you tahu that particular word um, ada dia punya definition. Okay, bila a writer use is defined as, is called is known as, is, that is, refers to, means the term, maknanya ini the writer is giving you a definition clue, and then that term normally is written in bold, italic or color, and there be certain punctuation marks that set off a definition or a term, right? For example, the word that you're looking for is the word that you find in that particular piece of writing is panic attack, and you wanted to know the meaning of what is panic attack. So here, a panic attack is defined as a mood disorder that is characterized by sudden unexpected feelings of fear. So is defined as ni is actually contextual clues. So because it gives you the definition clues of panic attack. So in future, bila orang tanya you apa tu panic attack, you know that the meaning of panic attack is mood disorder. Mood disorder because of sudden and unexpected feelings of fear. Right, next. Synonym clue. What is synonym? Synonym is kata seerti. Kata seerti. Okay. Synonym clue is the meaning explained by a word or phrase that has similar meaning with the word that is in the paragraph. Okay, for example, um, like these clues will tell you that it is a synonym clue. For example, comma, parenthesis, a colon, like colon. Parenthesis means a bracket like this, dashes or brackets, all right? Phrases that introduce synonyms will be in other words, or that is to say, also known or as by this we mean or that is, right? For example, a puma, comma, or mountain lion has a large, powerful body. What is a puma? What is what do we also call puma? Mountain lion, right? And then it can be in contrast clue or antonym, kata berlawanan. Unfamiliar word explained by a contrasting word or phrase with the opposite meaning. Okay, so some of the words that can indicate contrast clue will be instead of, but, in contrast, on the other hand, however, unlike, although, or even though. Example, unlike his talkative older brother, Alvin is a taciturn person. Alvin, dia dua beradik, ada older brother and himself. He is very he is very quiet. The brother is very talkative. So, bila you jumpa perkataan taciturn, you don't know what is the meaning. Tak ada perkataan, dia tak cakap pun very quiet here. So, for you to understand what is the meaning of taciturn, you tengok dekat sini. Unlike, maknanya berlawanan. Berlawanan. Talkative older brother. Berlawanan dengan abang dia yang banyak cakap. Alvin is a taciturn person. So, you can imagine in your own head, you can guess. Mesti taciturn ni pendiam. Sebab talkative and unlike. Berlawan dengan talkative, meaning that kalau lawannya talkative tu pendiam lah. Alright? So, experience clue. Can you draw experience and background knowledge to help you deduce or reason out the meaning of the familiar word? So, kalau if you look at words, there'll be like sentence that includes a familiar experience or information you already know. Okay, for example, because he prefers solitude. So, the unfamiliar word here is solitude. You tak tahu apa makna solitude ni. So, you read ahead. You continue reading. He lives alone. Alone maknanya seorang. He sendiri. In an isolated mountain cabin. Isolated, terasing. Mountain cabin. On top of a mountain, tak ada orang. With no telephone. So, dekat situ kita boleh guess dah. Oh, maknanya orang yang solitude ni, orang yang prefer solitude ni will be someone yang tak suka campur dengan orang. Understand? Right. Example clue. Alright. Look at the piece of reading. Figure out whether are there examples that illustrate the meaning of the unfamiliar word. Some of the words that introduce example of the meaning of unfamiliar word will be, for example, such as, to illustrate, or like. Example, he enjoys many types of cuisine. The word is cuisine. Tak tahu apa makna cuisine ni. Such as, seperti Mexican, Italian, Chinese, Thai and Indian food. Oh, maknanya cuisine ni ialah food. Something to do with food. Cuisine ni ialah juadah. Aneka juadah, makanan. Food here is makanan. Alright. Clue, a contextual clue can also come from another sentence. So you have to figure out whether is there another sentence in the paragraph that explains the meaning of the unfamiliar word that you are looking for. And is there any additional information in another sentence that may help explain the unfamiliar word? Right. Example, her taste in music is very eclectic. She likes opera, rock, hip hop, classical and jazz. Ini ayat yang menerangkan apa makna eclectic. She likes opera, rock, hip hop, classic and jazz. Maknanya dia minat bermacam-macam jenis music, and the music tu can be like opposite of one another. Alright, suka rock, suka hip hop, suka classic, suka jazz, suka opera. That is why it is called eclectic. Lain daripada yang lain. Terpencil. Okay, alright. Right. Let us practice. Each sentence, the coming sentence, contains a word or term that is italicized. Okay, ada italicized. So, additional sentence uses the word in the same sense. So, use the context clues from both sentences to deduce the meaning of the italicized word. Okay, let us look. New mothers seem more susceptible to stress and fatigued because they are now primary caregivers as well as wives, homemakers and often employees as well. Maknanya kalau kat sini kita baca ibu-ibu yang baru ni lebih terdedah kepada stres dan keletihan. Kenapa? Sebab dia kena jaga dia bukan saja dia kena jaga baby, dia adalah suri rumah, kan? Dan kadang-kadang dia juga bekerja. Okay. Not eating a balanced diet or getting enough sleep can make you more susceptible to colds and other infections. So here, susceptible means having an unknown effect, unaffected by, having no effect upon, easily affected by. So yang mana satu? Jawapan dia ialah D. Easily affected by. Right. The blurring of gender role is clearly evident in many of today's androgynous styles and fashions, such as wearing earrings or having tattoos. Right. Both the male and female employees protested their company's new uniforms of khaki slacks and blue shirts. They complained that the uniforms looked androgynous. Right. So here, androgynous means not clearly masculine or feminine, as in dress, appearance or behavior, wearing earrings or having long hair, wearing the styles and fashions of today, or wearing a uniform. So here, the the answer is not clearly masculine or feminine. You cannot anticipate. You cannot categorize. Pakaian ni lelaki ke perempuan? Sepatutnya pakaian ni contoh. Wearing earring tu should be only for female, but nowadays male also wear earrings. Having tattoos. Last time we only associate having tattoos with male, but nowadays ladies pun pakai tattoo juga. And then khaki slack and blue shirt. Normally that is for men, but nowadays any gender can wear, right? So look at the word bicycle, bilingual, and bicep. Okay, let us have a look at the second part of our module, page 35. Contextual clues are hints that the author gives to help define a difficult or unusual word. So the clue may appear within the same sentence. Contoh tadi kan, definition clue, antonym clue, synonym clue. Itu semua in the same sentence ataupun dia boleh jadi in the next sentence, right? Okay, for example, I think this is like quite uh, quite challenging for you lah, tapi kita boleh try. Jim wanted to ask Janet to dance, but he felt it a universally acknowledged truth that popular girls like her didn't go with unpopular guys like him. So universally kat sini, what is your definition? The definition here is standard or well known or well accepted. Okay. What clues in the sentence lead you to your definition? Ni. Popular girls like her don't go with unpopular guys like him. Itu adalah clue you untuk get the meaning of universally. For example, like satu, extraordinary. Kevin may know how to lay up a basketball, but my jump shot is extraordinary. Alright. Dekat mana you dapat clue untuk dapat definition? Apa tu extraordinary? Luar biasa, unusual, something different. Dekat mana dekat mana dalam sentence ni that will lead you to your definition? My jump shot is extraordinary. How to lay up a basketball? Okay, I'm not very familiar with basketball. Maybe a layup in a basketball is good enough or something different or something special. But when you talk about this, meaning that your jump shot too is much more better than lay upping a basketball. Okay, all right. So there are more questions here. What I want you to do is you may want to try. Ada 12. Yeah, ada 12 exercises there. You can try that. And I will also give you some more exercise. I think DET 1B, I give you already the handout. please do the exercise in the handout on your own, and then don't forget to scan the barcode on page 34. Look at skimming and scanning and try the exercise as well. DET1C, I am going to give you the worksheet in the WhatsApp group. Okay, I think that's it for the topic of skimming and scanning, and also contextual clues. You may want to try the exercises, and we will discuss the answer to the questions during the next class. Okay, all right. So I think, hold on here. So let us have a look at, oh, right. So I think that's it for today. I will give you the notes, the PowerPoint as well in the group, and you may want to try the exercises later. Thank you very much.